Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Department Podcast, a special edition Department Podcast. I'm Stephen Clark with Justin Valentovic and Jesse Norman, and we're here not to break down wrestling, not to break down football, basketball, baseball, any of that fun stuff. We're here to do something different. We're here to do a fantasy draft for the WWE because tonight is the draft. They're finally doing another draft after a year, so we decided to, among ourselves, to do a little fun, little fantasy draft. Justin is representing Raw, Jesse is representing SmackDown, but before I get into all the rules and all that stuff, how you doing on draft day, fellas?
Good. Unexpected draft day, but I really like that you came up with the idea 2 hours ago, basically, but it's a lot of fun, different, very different, so I'm ready to have some fun with this.
Yeah, I'm going to smoke Justin.
You've done some fancy drafts in your past radio career anyway, so let's see how it goes this time.
Jesse and I really were a great team when we went against Dante and Samori from No Rest Holds for the Weary on Brave New Radio 88.7. But Jesse and I did really good. We were both Monday Night Raw at the time, so Jesse does have experience and all that fun stuff. And I guess I'll pick my winner at the end, who I think won too, and we'll also have you guys, the viewers, the fans, pick your winner. There'll be polls on Instagram. There'll be polls on Twitter. You can write a comment on YouTube. Let us know who you think won. So let me get into the rules, though. That's the most important part out of a draft. There's rules. And throughout the day, I took feedback from you guys, and I put some stuff in myself, and I made this list of rules. You guys have the list in front of you. I sent it to both of you guys, but let me read it out loud for the listeners. So every current Raw and SmackDown superstar is eligible to be drafted. All right. No injured superstars can be drafted at all. No injuries. If I guess COVID, we don't really know COVID related stuff, but like fully injured example, Jimmy Uso right now, I think is injured, cannot be drafted.
Karrion Kross,
another one. Tegan Knox. Those cannot be drafted. Before we do a coin toss to determine the draft order, we'll first do rock, paper, scissors to determine who gets to flip the coin. So it's a little bit of a process there. This is a snake. What?
Still more legit than the NBA draft.
Yeah, it is. We will do a snake draft style. So the first person will pick once, then the second person pick twice, and everybody else will pick twice from there on out until the last pick will be whoever the last pick is. The first pick will be as well. You guys will get the gist once we start doing it. Tag teams count as one pick. So if you want the Street Profits, they are considered one pick, but you are allowed to break up teams or factions. So for example, if Justin were to pick Montez Ford, Jesse can pick Angelo Dawkins or vice versa, whatever. If you happen to get a one guy at one round, one in the other, you have your team back together on Raw. That's a risk you can take. Factions go for the same thing. Say if you want to draft Retribution. So if Jesse wants to draft Mustafa Ali, they're completely split up right then and there. You can't take Flapjack and T-Bar. They're all separate from there on out. This is the fun part right here. 3 NXT and NXT UK picks per each show is allowed. Teams, women, men, factions, all involved. NXT/NXT UK, 3 picks. There will be 8 rounds, 5 picks per round, and you have 30 seconds on the clock to make your picks. Do we have any questions before we start?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I don't think so.
All right, both of you are good. All right, put your hands to the screen, fellas. This is where the video listeners get a little bit more than the audio listeners. So
are we doing 2 out of 3 or best one of one?
Best one of one.
Okay.
Rock,
one
paper,
of one, best of one.
I'll call rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Then you guys do it. I'll call it. You guys do it.
What if there's input lag?
I trust you guys. I trust you guys. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Did you both do scissors?
Yeah.
Both did scissors. All right.
Okay.
Again, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Justin, up.
I did paper.
Paper. Yeah. Double scissors, double paper. Let's do it again.
You might just want to pick a number after this.
If it happens again, yes.
Okay.
Just don't pick rock. I don't know. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Both scissors.
A number between 1 through 10. Start spitting out numbers. Go.
7.
7. It was 7.
8.
It was 7. It was 7. Justin, all right. Now we have to do more stuff. Justin, heads or tails?
Jesus. Give me tails.
Tails it is. It is heads. Jesse, would you like the first overall pick, or would you like to defer that to Justin?
First overall pick.
The first overall pick in the department WWE Fantasy Draft 2020. Jesse, you are now on the clock.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, the first overall pick.
There's
That's
only
the odds-on favorite.
So Jesse,
the tribal leader.
Jesse from Friday
Tribal
Night
Chief.
Smackdown picks Roman Reigns. That was not in blue on our sheet.
Whatever.
Roman Reigns is on SmackDown from Jesse. Justin, you now get the next 2 picks because it's a snake draft.
Better make it worth it.
All right. Well, with my first overall pick, I need a
Yes.
champion, so I'm taking Drew McIntyre.
Very smart pick. Very smart pick. Drew McIntyre going to Monday Night Raw from Justin. Justin, do you have your third pick ready?
Yes, I do. And it's not one single pick.
Oh?
It's a faction.
Oh?
And I'm using one of my NXT picks. And that's
One
the,
NXT for Justin.
the Undisputed Era.
Ooh, very good pick from Justin. All right. After the first round, we'll explain why you did your picks and all that stuff. Take a little break and then go into the next round. Jesse, you have the next pick number 4 in the first round.
Give me. Okay, so this I have a question for. I don't think they're a team, but I'm gonna just bring it up. The Fiend
And Alexa
doesn't come with Alexa Bliss. I don't think they would, but I just wanted to ask.
As of this point right now, no.
No, okay, still give me the Fiend.
The Fiend, okay. The Fiend is going to Friday Night Smackdown with Jesse. Justin, you have the last pick of the first round. Who are you going with?
AJ Styles.
Wow, no women in the first round. I see who you guys are. All right. So we'll start off
I
with.
tried for a woman. You said no.
You're right. You're right. You could pick the
He tried to get the manager in.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with our first overall pick. We had Roman Reigns. Jesse picked Roman Reigns. He picked the Fiend and AJ Styles. I like your picks right there. You're building your main event scene, as I can see. Jesse's starting really strong with his main event scene. It was Roman the first pick for both of you guys.
Yeah, I was going Roman regardless.
Yeah,
first.
That's why I wanted the first pick. I think Drew had to be number 2.
Yeah,
because then if Justin did not pick Drew number 2, Jesse, you could have sniped both world champions eventually.
Yeah,
and you would have. So I like the picks from both of you guys. Any strategy behind that, or just hey, top guys pick top guys?
I needed, obviously I needed to match the champion to avoid it, but I wanted the era just because it gives you a lot more depth and a lot more to work with, because you could put, Adam Cole right to the main event. And then you also get the rest of them for a mid card for Roderick Strong. And then, Fish and O'Reilly right then and there, you can build a tag team division. And Styles, you can put him wherever you need him really. So, he can work the main event, he can work mid card. And depending on how I draft later on, I could put him in a tag belt if I wanted to.
You could if you wanted
also,
to.
He's so good. I just wanted him. You put Styles on the blue brand. Some commission you are there. I'll fix that one.
Okay, I messed up. Well, we're switching colors now. We're going back to Monday Night Raw. Justin, you have the first pick of the second round, otherwise known as the 6th pick overall in the draft. You have 30 seconds on the clock, Justin. Go ahead.
Well, because Clark made the comment before, and I want to make sure I have a women's champion, I'm going with Bayley.
Ooh, okay. Let me just write that in and make all the color changes, so we're good there. Jesse, you are now on the clock for the 7th overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, give me Asuka.
Kind of have
Definitely.
to, right? You kind of have to.
I would take Asuka over Bayley anyway.
So Jesse from Friday Night Smackdown is. Oh, you said you'd pick. All right, we'll get to that at the end. We'll get to that at the end. Well, you guys can debate Asuka versus Bayley at the end, but Jesse from Friday Night Smackdown is now picking Asuka to be his main woman there. All right, Justin with the 8th overall pick in the draft, round 2, pick number 8. Justin, you are on the clock. Oh no, Jesse's on the clock.
It's Jesse.
Jesse's on the clock.
Come on, you made the rules.
I'm gonna do this a lot. Probably, I'm gonna mess up a lot. Jesse, you're on the clock. My bad.
All right, give me the Hurt Business.
My favorite pick so far. 2nd round pick, the Hurt Business. I like it.
Give me all those. Give me the belt. Give me the fact that they added Cedric. Recently,
you
just
you
puts
guys
it
both
over the
took a
top.
faction like very early, which is very smart of both you guys. Plus you get the United States title too. So that's also a plus. Very, very good pick there. I like that pick. All right, Justin, you're closing out the second round with back-to-back picks. Let me hear your 9th overall pick in the draft, Justin.
The 9th one, I want to continue to build the main event / mid-card scene a little bit.
Okay.
So give me Seth Rollins.
Ooh. Hold on. we have to have a little debate here for a second.
Okay.
Does Rollins? Oh no, they split up on Raw. Rollins does not come with Murphy.
No, they split up.
They
split,
split, yeah.
So Seth Rollins by himself. Justin gets still the Monday Night Messiah because he is on Monday nights in our little fantasy fed here. All right, Justin, you have the last pick of the second round, number 10 overall.
Wait, no, I have last pick.
No, I would.
No,
You do. Wait, why do you have 3 and I get 2 every round?
Clark, I think you might have fucked it.
Because I got 2 in the first, and now I had 2 in the second. So Justin would get 3 every round, and I get 2. Doesn't seem very fair.
We're going to take a quick break right here. Stay tuned. And we're back to the Department Podcast. We had some technical difficulties there. Jesse has this pick. All the picks are staying so far. As I said, picks are staying. They're fine. Jesse, you have the last pick of the second round. Number 10. Who you got?
This is tough. I'm between 2. But since I don't think Justin is going to take this other group, I'm going to take Randy Orton.
Randy Orton with the last pick for Friday Night Smackdown for Jesse. All right, this round got a little mixed up here and there, but we have our final rounds. Justin in that round took Bailey and Seth Rollins. Jesse took Asuka, the Hurt Business, and Randy Orton there. Jesse, I'll start with you. What was your strategy? Actually, I'll start with Justin because Justin picked first in that round. Justin, you picked the champion first. That was a bold move, picking Bailey first.
I'm kind of going into this where each round I kind of want to attack, get a champion if I can. So the next logical one would have been the women's division belt. So that's why I wanted Bailey to bring over. So would we technically swap their belts, I guess?
I'm going in basically as this is like GM mode.
Gotcha.
And all the belts are kind of
scattered. I got it.
Yes.
So, obviously I just wanted a women's belt, and Seth Rollins just wanted, he was there in the second round. Don't know if he was going to be there in the third or the fourth. So I just wanted to make sure I got him.
And Jesse has taken my favorite pick so far, which is the Hurt Business. I really like that pick a lot. Thoughts behind your strategy in this round? I know you had to counter Justin to get Asuka to get a women's title on your brand too.
And especially since he grabbed Undisputed, I had to grab a faction. But again, this faction has helped a lot by the addition of Cedric.
And the United States title.
Yes, exactly. If Cedric's not here and the United States belt isn't here, I'm not probably taking him this high.
Little sneak peek for the future rounds. Jesse has the next pick in the draft. Already has 1 mid-card title, and there's only 1 other mid-card title left.
Don't do it.
So that's one thing. Jesse also has all 3 of his NXT picks left, and Justin has 2. And the women's tag team titles are still out there too, just so you guys know.
Are the women's tag team titles still floating?
Yes.
I figured they were a floating
titles.
Effect.
Yes. The women, no.
No, yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They might get picked last or not even at all in this fed. Who
might
even knows?
break them up.
Oh, very smart. Very smart.
On to round 3.
So round 3, Jesse starts the round. I think I got it back on track now. Jesse starts, then Justin 2, then Jesse ends with the last 2 picks of the round. Is that correct?
Yes.
So Jesse, Justin, Jesse.
Yes.
Correct.
Basically, every 2 colors on our spreadsheet should match. So it should be blue for the first one, then 2 red, then 2 blue, then 2 red, and then that for the part that screwed you up was like the round jumping. We're fine. We're getting there.
We're good. I think we're back on track. We're good to go. Jesse with the first pick in the 3rd round, aka the 11th pick overall. Jesse, who are you taking for Friday Night Smackdown?
Give me you know what? Give me Aleister Black.
Ooh, he went Aleister Black. I thought he was gonna go with the Intercontinental Champion, but he didn't.
I don't need both belts. I don't need them all.
You can snipe it away from Justin. That's the thing, and he'll have 0.
I'm not worried about it.
All right. Well, Justin, you now have number 12 and number 13 in the third round. So, Justin, who are you taking with your first pick of the third round?
Well, just to secure a mid-card belt, give me the Intercontinental title with Sami Zayn, right?
Yes, Sami Zayn. Justin has taken Sami Zayn with his 12th overall pick in this draft. So that's a really good pick for Justin right there. Justin, you have the next pick right now. If you have it ready, you have 30 seconds. If not,
give me Keith Lee.
Big Keith Lee on the main roster, not considered an NXT X. So, Justin, you still have 2 X's for NXT, but Monday Night Raw is keeping Keith Lee, and Keith Lee is Monday Night Raw. There we go. Jesse, you have the last 2. Right. He has the. Is that right? Then?
Yeah,
it goes. Yes.
Yeah, he has the next 2.
Yes. So Jesse has the last 2 picks.
Right.
Of this round. Jesse, who are you taking with your 14th overall pick?
All right.
30 seconds.
So first one, give me Charlotte Flair.
Woo! We have a Flair off the board going to Friday Night Smackdown. Jesse, you have 30 seconds if you need it for the next
Second one, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is Becky out on injury? I don't know if that's an injury.
Yes.
I'd say no, just because I'd say yes that she's not available.
Yes, not available. Not available.
Yes, she's not available. That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
Okay.
You have about 25 seconds left on the clock.
All right. Give me Sasha Banks.
Jesse building up his women's division here.
Damn.
I like it a lot. Justin, it sounds like you're a little upset with that.
Yeah, I was looking to bring her over.
Well, you brought over Keith Lee and Sami Zayn instead. I like the move from Sami Zayn, and Keith Lee's a bona fide star. So great moves there. But Jesse, building up your women's division there. I like the moves there too. Hey, doing good so far, guys. Doing good. Jesse still has all 3 of his NXT picks left. Justin still has 2. Let's get. I have no words unless you guys have any words on this round.
No, I'm good to go.
That was a pretty solid round. We're getting into round 4, and it's starting with Justin. Justin, you have the 16th and 17th pick of round 4.
I'm going to keep it with the trend of how Jesse's doing it. He's kind of building up the women's division a little bit.
Yes.
So I'm going to get from NXT, Rhea Ripley.
Good.
Nice. I was between Banks and Ripley.
Very good pick, Justin. So Justin, just so you know,
one more NXT.
Have one left from NXT. So Rhea Ripley is going to Monday Night Raw, which honestly might happen in the real draft. Very good possibility. Justin, you also have this pick coming up right now. Your second pick of the.
I'm staying in the women's division, and it was a name that Jesse brought up earlier, Alexa Bliss.
Wow, Alexa Bliss and the Fiend separated.
Wow, that's cold.
That's cold. Hey, not okay. I like it though. I like the pick. Alexa's also a very, she's a star on her own right. Maybe she'll still carry over the persona. Depends how Justin wants to be the GM of his own brand. We'll see that. But Jesse, you now have the next 2 picks of this round.
That I do. All right. I am going to boost up this tag division.
Smart man.
So give me the father and son connection, Rey and Dominic Mysterio.
Technically a tag team. You get both Mysterios on Friday Night SmackDown. Very good. Very, very good. Oh, that looks ugly there, but
yeah. And,
just put dad and son in the rundown in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, Jess, you also have this next pick, the 4th pick of the 4th round. I spelled it wrong.
Give me the Street Profits.
Ooh, so you get
there's my
the tag team titles with the Street Profits going to Friday Night SmackDown. So, Justin, you have the 5th pick of the 4th round. I'm saying it like that because I'm getting confused with these numbers.
That's fine.
5th pick of the 4th round goes to Justin. The last pick of the 4th round.
You know, this is very much like AEW WWE where you have counter programming. So Jesse's kind of forcing my hand a little bit here with the flow of the draft, but I'm taking a faction as well, not just for the tag division, but also to, put in a program with the Undisputed Era. Give me the New Day.
The New Day. Wait a second. Xavier
That's some injuries you got.
Injured. So you only get Big E and Kofi.
That's fine.
Big E and Kofi. Big E. Kof.
Cough.
This spreadsheet's a mess, but it's still
It works.
It works. So Big E and Kofi going over to Monday Night Raw. Let's break down this one a little bit. Justin, start with you again because you had the first pick in this round. You went with women first, ended with the tag team, and Jesse went straight tag teams here.
It's kind of like my plan was to bounce off of Jesse's last two picks in the third round of Banks and Flair, so that's why I wanted to get heavy hitters, and really the only other two people who are main event women in the women's division would be Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss, honestly.
Yeah, and Jesse, I like your pick for building up your tag team division now, going like basically main event, women's tag teams. I see how you're breaking it down a little bit now, little by little. No, very, very good. Very good job by both of you guys so far. Any comments? Any other comments?
No,
Good?
I'm chilling.
Right, there's still the women's tag team titles on the board. There's still the men's tag team titles on the board. Justin only has one NXT pick left, and Jesse still has all three of his NXT picks left. But Justin, you are starting off round 5. So the first pick of round 5 goes to Justin. Justin, who are you taking? 30 seconds on the clock.
He's the king of the kickoff show, but no more. Kevin Owens.
Fell to the 5th round. My favorite
good.
wrestler. That gets some brownie points with me. So I'm very happy he got picked in general because he hasn't been doing anything.
He wasn't a free agent.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy what they're doing with the real draft though? If you become a free agent, you have to pick where you go.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
I would love to be a free agent.
Just win the women's tag belts then.
There you go. All right. So Jesse,
Sure.
you now have the second and third pick of the 5th round. You're on the clock. 30 seconds
right.
for your
Well,
second pick. The second.
First one, give me Daniel Bryan.
Wow. I was waiting for this one. Fell all the way to the 5th round. Kind of a shock. That's a first round pick if you ask me. It fell all the way down here, but sooner or later he got picked. So good for Daniel Bryan going to Jesse's Friday Night Smackdown. And Jesse, with the 3rd overall pick in the 5th round, you're on the clock.
Legado del Fantasma.
Ooh, very good.
Give me
like I said, none of the I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but none of the NXT titles go up with the guys. You still want them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Phantasma boy. Oh, where am I typing that? Jesus Christ.
I think you just made a new. Where did you put that?
I don't know. All right, so Phantasma boys there. So Jesse took Brian, Phantasma back. Justin, you're closing out the round with the 4th and 5th pick of the 5th round. Justin, you're on the clock for the 4th overall pick in this round.
For my first pick in this, how many I have left,
Yeah.
give me Matt Riddle.
All right, Friday Night Smackdown going to Monday Night Raw. We have Riddle on Justin's Raw. Justin, you also have the last pick now of the 5th round. Where are you going?
Give me Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. All right. Let's break it down a little bit. We have a couple picks in that round where honestly, could have been first round picks. Like Hardy could have been a first round pick, Brian, Kevin Owens, and you guys sniped him here in the 5th round. And I'll start with Jesse's Raw, right? No, Justin's Raw again.
Kevin Owens, I'm surprised he fell this far, but kind of looking at how me and Jesse are both attacking it, where we wanted to build a main event scene, get a mid-card belt, get the women's belt. He has the tag belts for his show. I was able to, get Kevin Owens relatively low and still have good talent ahead of him.
Yeah, you got Owens, you got Riddle, you got Hardy, very good round. And Jesse with maybe the surprise of the draft, taking a Legado del Fantasma. What's your thought process behind that?
I think, good tag team. Obviously best cruiserweight, I think, in the world right now. They're a package deal. You're getting 3 for the price of 1.
They're literally getting 3 for the price of 1. Yeah. So Jesse, you now have 2 NXT picks left, and Justin still has one NXT pick left. We're starting off round 6 with Jesse and SmackDown. Jesse, you get the first and second first and second pick in the 6th round. Jesse, first pick, you're on the clock for the 6th round.
All right. Give me from NXT. Pete
Number 2
Dunne.
for Jesse. Who was it?
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. Wow.
Dunne.
All right. Pete Dunne off the board, going to SmackDown with Jesse. I like the pick. I like it a lot. Jesse, you also have the second pick of the 6th round. So go ahead whenever you're ready. You're on the clock for 30 seconds.
Miz and Morrison.
Justin does not like that pick.
I was looking for him.
So Jesse also picked Miz and Morrison from SmackDown. Good picks so far in the 6th round. Justin, you have the 3rd and 4th pick in the 6th round. Justin, you're on the clock for your 3rd pick.
The way I'm attacking these 2 picks, they're bargain picks at this point. You know, if they pan out, great. If they don't, all right. So with getting the 2 for the price of 1, I'm also getting tag belts. Give me Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro.
Finally. I was waiting for that.
Well, look, after Jesse picked, the Street Profits a few rounds earlier, and he didn't take, 2 mid-card belts, I doubt he was going to take 2 tag belts at that point. So that's why I could sit on him a little bit more.
Well, Jesse could have easily taken the 2 tag belts and even combined them if he wanted to, I guess.
Didn't know that was an option.
Oh, I could have created a monopoly.
You could have literally created a monopoly. Exactly. So, Justin, you also have the 4th pick of the 6th round right
keeping
here.
with the theme of bargain bin hunting, I'm going to get about the price of 36 to 1. Give me Retribution.
Ooh, very, very interesting pick. We'll be talking about that one for sure after this. And Jesse, to end out the 6th round, the 5th pick of the 6th round, Jesse, you are on the clock.
Give me Andrade.
Okay.
A reclamation project.
Does Andrade doesn't come with Zelina, we know that.
No.
But does Andrade come with Angel Garza?
I didn't know if they were still a tag team fully because all they've done is lost.
Do you want Angel Garza?
If he comes with Garza, cool. If not, if they don't qualify as a tag team.
Since they had a tag title match recently, I'm including Garza in that package.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take both of them.
Okay. So Andrade and Garza to Jesse. All right, we have to.
My tag team division is stacked.
It's very, very good. It's nice. Everything's kind of nice right now, but we're going to start here with Jesse. We're going back to you. You picked NXT UK/NXT. You picked Pete Dunne. I like the move. I like the Miz and Morrison. You went with 2 tag teams in this round. Not that you planned to do 2 tag teams, but you went with 2 tag teams and you used one of your NXT picks. I like you said, I like your tag division. I like your tag division a lot. Doing well there. But on the flip side, Justin's doing very well with Nakamura. I like that. He got the tag titles, and he also has another faction. Justin can have a faction war if he really wanted to.
I'm building up Survivor Series at that point.
You're building up,
or
Survivor Series.
Maybe bring over some war games. But that's kind of the plan. Where since we are only doing 8 rounds at this point, if I can get a few good teams or at least groups together, I can get more options rather than just a single talent. And Retribution, quite frankly, I don't know what the hell they're going on, but I could figure out something to do a lot better with them versus Undisputed Era than they're doing with right now on live TV. So I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
I like it a lot. Before we get into the witching hour of the last 2 rounds of this draft, we're going to take a short break, but stay tuned because Jesse has the first pick of the 7th round. So stay tuned for the last 2 rounds, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back for the witching hour, or witching rounds, I guess you'll call it instead. We have the 7th and 8th round here of the draft. We're to get these 2 rounds done. I'll read through all the picks, and then we're gonna have a little debate session in honor of all the little presidential debate stuff going on, all that tomfoolery. We're gonna have Jesse and Justin debate. It'll probably be a lot better, a lot more. I don't know about civil, but a lot more like smarter than the actual debates going on.
Who has the fly landing on him?
We're about to find out right now. But we
talk about a shit show then.
There you go. We know what flies are attracted to. So hey. All right, so with the first pick in the 7th round, we're going back to Jesse. Friday Night Smackdown. Jesse, you're 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead.
Give me Finn Balor.
Oh, man, that's a great pick. So he does not get the title, but that's your last NXT pick. Jesse is out of NXT picks. As he takes Finn Balor for SmackDown. Justin, you now have the second pick of the 7th round. You have 30 seconds on the clock.
In our little break, I was looking at my my draft board a little bit.
Oh?
And I'm in need of a little more women's depth.
Okay.
So give me Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Justin taking the tag titles over to
Are you
Monday
sure
Night
you
Raw.
want Jax? You can
I need-
take Baszler.
I need depth.
So those
You're
two
gonna
come
injure
together.
half your women's division.
Injure half your women's division. But Justin, you also have the third pick of the 7th round right here. Let's see what you do with it. 30 seconds.
You have to take another women's tag team. You don't have any tag teams for your women.
There aren't really any.
Not quite.
He can make tag teams.
Give me Nikki Cross.
All right. Nikki Cross going to Monday Night Raw with that pick. Jesse, you're closing out round 7 with the last 2 picks, number 4 and number 5 in round 7. Jesse, you have 30 seconds on the clock for your 4th pick.
First one, give me Bianca Belair.
Ooh, okay, hold on. So, wow. Also, you're reuniting them.
Was that shush?
Who am I reuniting?
Bianca Belair and the Street Profits.
Oh yeah.
Because you drafted the Street Profits in the 4th
He
did
round.
draft the
seems
Street
to like
Profits,
he likes to keep the couples together. He has Andrade and Charlotte, and now he has the Street Profits
Yeah,
with
what can I say?
Belair.
That's nice of him.
He's a family guy.
He's a family.
Well, and also
guy.
Bianca's a great competitor.
Very
That
great
just
competitor. Very.
hasn't been used right.
I agree. Jesse, you also have the 5th pick, also known as the last pick of the 7th round. Who are you taking? 30 seconds on the clock.
I'll take another reclamation project. Give me Ricochet.
I
Damn
feel
it.
like I love when Justin gets upset. Ricochet, I put him as Rico. Rico is going over to SmackDown, which I think should happen in the real draft too, hopefully. But that does it for the 7th round. Who had the first pick? Jesse there. Jesse, we'll start with you. You took your last NXT pick. You went with Finn Balor. I like to pick a lot. You took the world champ. Oh wait.
No, I get it. No, I get it.
Finn did defend the title.
I get the pick.
Huh?
I get the pick.
I know.
Oh, I thought we were in the next round yet.
I'm discussing
Sorry.
the 7th round,
Sorry,
Justin.
I was
Don't
getting
question the commissioner, Justin.
Oh yeah,
I can give Jesse your pick instead right now if I wanted to.
Because the transition to round 3 went so smooth.
Hey, we fixed it. But Balor will be competing. He had the broken jaw. I'm not considering that an injury. I'll allow it for now. I like the Balor pick. Belair uniting with the Street Profits and Ricochet. But Justin, I really like the picks here.
I'll admit I kind of fucked this round a little bit. Jesse clearly won it with the Balor pick.
Jesse won the round. But Justin trying to get more women. I get what you're trying to do. But yeah, he has the women's tag team titles too. So props to him for getting that. All right, we are starting the final round of the Department Podcast WWE Fantasy Draft, and it starts with Justin, who has the first pick in the 8th round. Justin, you're on the clock for 30 seconds.
So what's the typical strategy when you have a bunch of tag teams or a bunch of factions you don't know what to do with? You have one single monster heel, run through them all, and just destroy them.
No.
And I'm getting that insurance policy.
No.
Give me Braun Strowman.
No! Oh, Justin goes with Braun Strowman for Monday Night Raw, which is honestly probably going to happen again in regular draft. But Justin, you also have the second pick of the 8th round. So Justin, you're also on the clock again.
So quite frankly, this draft has been a little unpredictable for me, bouncing here and there.
Yeah.
And what's the most unpredictable thing, other than a 4-point play, in the WWE? And that's the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Sure.
Give me heavy machinery.
Dang.
Good pick, Justin. Not just Otis. You get Tucker too. You had Heavy Machinery going to Monday Night Raw. Justin, we'll come back to you in a little bit for Mr. Irrelevant, but we're not just there yet. Jesse, you have the third pick of the 8th round. Your last 2 picks coming up. Make them count, Jesse. You have 30 seconds.
Justin took my picks, man.
Ooh.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. Those were planning to be my last 2.
I should actually get a clock up for this one. Jesse might use the time.
All right. You know what? For the first one,
yes.
Give me the Riot Squad.
So you get Liv Morgan and you get Ruby Riot. Very nice
Ruby
there.
Riot. I would probably break them up immediately.
No, that's fine.
But
so you at the Riot Squad. Now, Jesse, this is your last pick now of the 8th round. Pick number 4 of the 8th round. You are now on the clock for 30 seconds.
Wow, I don't like any of these options. You know what? Give me Jey Uso.
Okay.
We're even now.
I would pick both the Usos,
But
but Jimmy is out.
Yeah. Okay.
One is injured. So give me Jey.
Jesse goes with Jey Uso. All right. We made it to the last pick, the very last pick of the draft. Justin has the honor of picking Mr. Irrelevant.
Or Mrs. Irrelevant.
Okay, or Mrs. Irrelevant.
It could go either way.
That's right. This is an NFL draft where it's just you old guys. Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant, you're correct, Justin. The last pick number 40, the 5th pick in the 8th round. Justin, you're on the clock.
So I have the women's tag belts, right? Not a lot of women's tag teams, but I'll draft one half of a women's tag team and then maybe sign the other in free agency later on. So I'm drafting Peyton Royce.
Okay.
Iconics are broken up, Justin.
They're broken up.
Not in my fantasy land. I can bring them back together.
All right, so the last
people never say broken up. It's wrestling. Come on.
Yeah. So the last pick in the draft, Justin takes Peyton Royce. Justin had the first pick. Took a lot of beef in that in the beginning of the round. I see there a lot of bearded bros there with Strowman and Heavy Machinery. I like the Heavy Machinery pick. I do a lot. The pick before that's a little questionable. But you said you want to run through jobbers and run through all the guys like that.
It's an insurance policy. When I don't know what to do, I can just send him out there and have him just obliterate anybody.
And Jesse,
so
a little bit of a weak round for Jesse.
So the draft is final now, right?
Draft is
final.
Draft is final.
Justin, you didn't use your last NXT pick.
Oh,
just wanted to let that be known.
I did say in the beginning you could use it if you wanted to. So
yeah, I got the 2 who I definitely wanted in Ripley and Undisputed Era. So I had a few panic backups.
Peyton Royce over Io Shirai.
The NXT has to have some talent.
I couldn't take her.
Yeah, I know Jesse was out. I should have reminded him. That's not on me. Justin could have remembered himself. He's a grown man. He's a grown man. But let me just run through all the picks really quickly, starting with the first. We'll start with Jesse, so we'll start there. So Jesse's pick started: Roman Reigns, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, Asuka, The Hurt Business, Randy Orton, Aleister Black, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Rey and Dominic Mysterio, The Street Profits, Daniel Bryan, El Legado guys, those guys, Pete Dunne, Miz and Morrison, Andrade and Angel Garza, Finn Balor, Bianca Belair, and Ricochet, Riot Squad, and Jey Uso. Those are the picks for Jesse in Friday Night Smackdown. And Monday Night Raw, Justin's picks. Drew McIntyre, Undisputed Era, AJ Styles, Bayley, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Keith Lee, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Big E and Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, Nakamura and Cesaro, Retribution, Baszler and Nia Jax. Hi, not you. Alexa, shut up. Nikki Cross, Braun Strowman, Heavy Machinery, and Peyton Royce. Fellas, that does it for the draft. Now, like I said, I want you to debate a little bit. Jesse, I'll go to you first. Why is your roster better than Justin's roster right now?
I mean, just top to bottom, I feel like I have more talent at every level.
Wow.
Main event, tag team, mid card. I mean, you name it, I got it.
You name it.
It's as simple as that. I mean, I like some of the things he has at the top, but I mean, McIntyre, Rollins, Cole, Lee, those guys are played out. I got Roman, Fiend, Orton at his peak, Aleister Black. I could throw Ray in there if I want to.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Daniel Bryan in the 5th round.
That Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens in the 5th round is still mind-boggling to me. Okay, Justin, do you have a little counter for that? Why you won the draft?
I mean, what's good is Jesse's depth. If they're a little older, also, and we've also seen them, because Orton, he's at the top of his game right now, but how long?
Fiend, you have Bobby Fish, who's 74.
Hey, let him talk. Let him talk.
Stars put butts in seats, and era versus AJ Styles. Who wouldn't want to see that? Era versus Seth Rollins. I went more on star power off the top.
Yeah. Okay. A couple last more questions. I'll start with Justin now on this one. Justin,
yes.
Who is you have your first pay-per-view coming up, say. What is your main event match that you are putting for your first pay-per-view? I'll give you time to think about it if you want to look through your roster a little bit. What's your main event match for your Universal title?
A fatal 4-way.
WWE title. Fatal 4-way. Wow.
Keith Lee, AJ Styles, Adam Cole, and Drew McIntyre.
Just fatal 4-way, just like that to start off. Very good. Jesse, I'll go to you with this one now. What is your main event match?
I could go fatal 4-way, but I don't need to. Give me Roman Reigns, Fiend, and Hell in a Cell.
Wow.
That's it. You don't need 4. No. I got 2. I got the 2 biggest in the company.
Okay. And now, I'm trying to think of any other questions. I don't really
making this up on the fly.
Literally making this up on the fly. How about your first women's title match now? We'll start with Jesse with this one. Your first women's title match. It could be fatal 4-way or Hell in a Cell if you want. It could be any type you want. But your first women's title match on your show.
Triple threat, Asuka, Flair, Banks.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Justin.
Bayley versus Rhea Ripley.
Oh man, you guys did good. You guys just on the fly, just like I did, making up these questions. Had these great matches, and no, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Any last words on your rosters right now?
No, this was a lot of fun. The people who are free agents should be free agents. So who knows how the actual draft will turn out? Because quite frankly, it probably won't be as good as this. One show is gonna get screwed, and it'll probably be Raw.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they'll try.
No, I think
it might be SmackDown.
They'll probably try to screw SmackDown.
Yeah, because they need something on Raw right now.
They might overcompensate
SmackDown
on
always
Raw.
ends up getting screwed over.
They might honestly overcompensate on Raw.
They might, but the draft is tonight. This is our little fun little mock draft.
Do you think they're swapping champs?
It's hard because Fox I know wants Roman and wants the Fiend and all that stuff.
Because it looks like they're ready for a total.
But they already are locked in that contract.
But maybe Fox.
So, they technically could do it.
But maybe Fox just wants that hot baby face right now, and that's Drew McIntyre too. You never know with that. I think it's a possibility. I'll go with yes.
It looks like they're ready for like a total rebuild, but I hope it's just not the champions maybe swap and then a few mid carders. Like hopefully they redo. That's
what I think it's gonna be.
Sadly,
I want them to totally overhaul, but I don't think they're going to. I think it's gonna be like with the first overall pick, Raw selects Dolph Ziggler.
Stop.
Please
don't say that.
It's gonna be just a bunch of like mid carders, and I'm really worried they're not even gonna announce NXT picks. They're just gonna show up next week and just be like, oh look, they were drafted.
Or they won't even be drafted. They would sign to NXT as free agents, I guess. Because they still
I don't like
NXT
drafts when
yeah.
NXT doesn't have
like
picks,
drafts when they don't tell you the picks.
Well,
if it's in 2 weeks, it's oh yeah, they literally just moved people around. SmackDown has extra picks for trading Bliss and Cross last draft.
They're gonna forget about that. You know that.
Those
Does everybody remember that? Because they should.
I didn't until you said that.
It was an undisclosed compensation conditional picks.
Yeah, a few. I just want to go through a few names that you guys didn't pick. That, well, first we have a lot of the NXT roster that you guys didn't pick, but you couldn't pick all of those. Of course, you only had 3 picks each. Justin only picked 2. But there was a lot of guys there. Io Shirai, Tommaso Ciampa, a bunch of fun
Kushida.
guys.
I had Ciampa on my board, Kushida, and also if I needed to, Cameron Grimes.
Kushida, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano. Bunch of guys there, but that's fine. You didn't take those. I'm okay with whatever you guys do. Sheamus is another one. 24/7 champion R-Truth. You could have the 24/7 title on your show. Nobody meaner than Tamina. Nobody picked Tamina.
That's my first signing in free agency.
No, yeah. I'm
throwing all the rest of my cap at Tamina.
One is the free agent waiver wire podcast.
Should we do one of those next week?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, like,
Justin doesn't want to lose again.
Oh,
we'll see how the poll turns out.
We'll see how the poll turns.
When all
Justin's gonna be texting Jack and all his friends. Vote for me.
Let's see how many people.
And they're all gonna be like, but Jesse has the better roster. He's gonna be like, it doesn't matter.
Mandy Rose, Carmella. No one picked the King Corbin.
Ugh.
I hate Corbin.
There's a reason he's a free agent.
Wow, that's my guy. Oh man.
All
but
his
no,
matches are boring.
For the most part, you guys picked the top stars and the top guys on each show. So props to both of you guys. And that's gonna do it for this special edition episode of the Department Podcast. We had fun doing this little fantasy draft. To vote and see how Justin and Jesse did in their drafts and all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'd recommend watching the video version of this one because it was a lot more fun.
You got the heated rock, paper, scissor snafu at the beginning.
Just pick the same thing each time. But no, subscribe on all those platforms. Follow us on our social media pages on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @department_pod. Vote for your winner. It was a lot of fun. I'll cast my vote too, but only people who are in charge of the social media, which is all 4 of us, will be able to see who I voted for. But that was a lot of fun. I had fun. Thank you guys for doing that with me. For the commissioner, Stephen Clark, the owner of Monday Night Raw, Justin, and the owner of Friday Nigh Smackdown, Jesse. That does it for this episode of the Department Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.